Okay, welcome into another episode of Frickin Frackin Sports, Frackin State. Welcome back. Today we are doing so we're gonna talk about like how in basketball they do the SEC ACC challenge, that kind of ordeal, but with football. And I have Bryson joining me today.
What's up, guys?
Um, and so, we'll talk about that, what it'll look like, and kind of our dream scenario with it. Yeah. So I first have to ask, when I brought up this idea to you,
hmm
what did you think?
I was like, that's pretty cool. I think structurally, and we'll talk more about this, with there being different amount of teams in each conference, and there already being reasons that high-end programs don't want to play each other because it could hurt their playoff implications. I don't think it will ever happen, but this would be a super cool thing. It's a cool thing that college basketball does. So it'd be awesome to see, but I think the realistics of it is non-existent. So it's more just a dream scenario.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look through you go spot to spot, you're like, okay, you kind of get a good grasp of who would win that conference matchup. And just
Mm,
kind of, I think how deep the SEC actually is, maybe not top heavy. The Big Ten has the top dogs. I won't lie, they do. But if you go through SEC teams that, like, okay, they'd probably beat most of these Big Ten teams too, even the lower
yeah,
end ones. I think that's where it gets really interesting. Like Georgia, Indiana would probably win. Alabama, Ohio State probably win. Ole
hmm
Miss, Oregon.
I'm taking
I say
Oregon.
that's like a coin flip, but
hmm
probably Oregon. And then after that, I think you probably make a case for most of these SEC teams.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, even Arkansas, who were they last or second to last in the SEC?
Last.
They were last. I would take them over. Off the top of my head, I can think of five Big Ten teams. I would take them over.
I'm gonna go up the list of from the Big Ten last, and we'll see how far you take Arkansas.
Okay,
Purdue,
I like Arkansas.
Michigan State,
Arkansas for sure.
Maryland,
Arkansas, I would take them.
Wisconsin,
Ooh, starting to get close, but I would still take Arkansas.
Rutgers,
Arkansas.
UCLA.
Am I getting what version of UCLA am I getting? Am I getting end of season UCLA? Am I getting mid season UCLA? Because it kind of depends on when these teams played. Which UCLA am I getting?
I don't know.
But that's kind of a 50-50. So what's the team after UCLA?
Penn State.
I would give it to Penn State. So would fit in right next to UCLA somewhere.
They they go and Penn State's typically at the top because then after that it's Northwestern.
Well, Northwestern was good last year though. So I would last year I would have taken Northwestern. Arkansas, we have to remember, although like they did do so poorly, like they lost so many games, that offense was still really good. Their defense just could not stop a nosebleed. So, I'm not trusting Rutgers to be able to put up the 42 points necessary to beat Arkansas that it would take.
What about Nebraska?
I would take Nebraska in that game.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you go up one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Or no. One, two, three, four,
Because I'm
six.
taking Penn State, I'm taking Nebraska, but
Yeah.
UCLA would be close. So whatever that is.
Okay. Since we already said you're taking, let's take the 16 against the 16 on the SEC and see how far
hmm
you make it up this list. I
Okay.
doubt it's far. Arkansas, you already said you were taking Arkansas, so it stops there, but
Right.
just humor me for a second. South
Hmm.
Carolina,
Versus who?
Maryland.
Oh man, South Carolina was disappointing. I would have to take them though.
Who do you take Mississippi State?
Mm, no, I couldn't do it. Mississippi- They had some close game. Like they didn't they almost beat Texas? Like wasn't
Hmm.
that the game where literally like so close? Man, like they had some talent, but I couldn't do it. They weren't good.
What about Auburn?
Auburn, I would take to beat who would they be playing?
Maryland.
They'd be playing Maryland. Oh yeah, I would take Auburn for sure.
Florida.
Florida, I'm taking all the way up to UCLA.
Kentucky.
Ooh, playing who?
Maryland.
I would take Kentucky.
Yeah. I think I'd take Kentucky all the way up to Rutgers. UCLA,
Yeah,
maybe.
I would take them to beat Rutgers, and again, like UCLA is kind of like for me the cutoff of bad teams start here for the
Hmm.
Big Ten.
Anyways, I thought that was a fun little exercise. But if you did it with the Big 12, you probably go higher up with
Probably go a little bit
like,
further, or even the
yeah,
ACC.
like if you went Maryland to Oklahoma State,
I mean, yeah, I gotta say, Maryland, Oklahoma State didn't do anything.
Colorado, probably Maryland to
Still take Maryland.
West
Yeah,
Virginia,
I'd still take Maryland.
UCF, still taking Maryland, Kansas,
Yeah,
probably taking Maryland, Baylor, it probably
Baylor. I
stops
would take
there.
Baylor. I would take Baylor.
Yeah, it probably
I'd
stops
call it.
there. But I just think that's where you get the SEC. You can go up further the Big Ten than you
Hmm.
can it in reverse order with the bottom of the Big Ten going up.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just because everyone beat up on each other that you see LSU at 10.
Yeah,
And Brian Kelly did not help that case,
and
but
would it be OU at 5 or 6?
6.
At
You're
6,
behind Texas.
you have a 10-2 team at 6, like, or I guess
But the
10-3 if
playoff
you count the
loss,
playoff.
yeah.
Yeah, but like a 10-3, you have a 10-win team at 6 in your conference. That's and then we have Vanderbilt at I
Another
guess
10
7.
win team.
Yeah,
And then you have Missouri, who I think was a 9 win team, 8 win
yeah.
team. And Tennessee, not bad.
Oh my
LSU.
goodness, it's just
I
yeah
mean,
the middle
and
of
you
the
just
Big
have to go
Ten.
through a murderer's row.
Yeah,
So,
it just wouldn't compete. And then
as
don't get me started on the ACC that has like 3 teams in it, and everybody else is just kind of hanging out.
I frankly, who are these three teams that you're talking about?
Well, if we're throwing Notre Dame in there,
Okay, if we're
and
yeah,
then
we're gonna throw Notre Dame in just so that they don't have a weird number of teams at 17.
yeah, so you throw
Um,
Notre Dame, they have them, Miami, and then man, I would love to believe in Clemson, but I think they're not there right now. Probably I guess throw SMU or Georgia Tech, kind of in that like A to B tier.
and
But
Florida State is just
Mike
down
Norvell
the
will be fired
drain.
next year. You can timestamp this video, clip that. Mike Norvell will be fired by week 5 this coming college football season. Take that to the bank.
Mike Norvell, are you just gonna take that? Are you just gonna take that sitting down?
I'm sure he watches these.
I'm sure too, Me and Mike Norvell are like um yeah, so I mean, anyways, back to the main point of the video before we went off
Got
on
off on a little tangent before you interrupted.
tangent. Yeah. Um, so logistically, how would you do a Big Ten teams versus SEC when the Big Ten just has everybody they want in it? The SEC
Mm.
is at least a little lower at 16, and the Big Ten is really putting the big in. Big Ten.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if you want to share, like, because we had talked beforehand, kind of what that would look like for you. Because I didn't really have an idea. I was like, oh man, would you usually leave two teams out of the ACC and Big Ten? But you want to kind of share what you were telling me about how you would structure that? Because I totally agree. I think that's the best way to go about it.
So basically, if it's SEC in the Big Ten, the 16 it's cut off at 16, and so Michigan State, like as in this year, Michigan State and Purdue would play the bottom two of the ACC and Boston College and Syracuse, and all the other 16 they'd match up with their pairing of the number. Um, you got to throw Notre Dame in, of course, to even that out with the ACC because they
Mhm.
are a power school. They're just not in
Right.
a
Not the
conference,
power
but
conference.
they are like contractually with the ACC in every other sport but football.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
it just makes sense to throw them in there. And they play mostly ACC opponents, which is why we always trash on Notre Dame for being so weak of a
Right.
schedule. Because who do they play? Nobody. Um,
Wake Forest and UNC. Woohoo.
whoop, whoop. So yeah, so it'd be like I don't know. Do you think that's a reason? Oh, okay. I was about to just panic because I was like, wait, why is that saying that to me? Okay, never mind. Uh, keep going.
Sorry, what did you say?
I'll tell you about it later. That was, oh,
Okay.
no, okay,
Um,
because I'm just gonna cut it off, Gary. I'll say the end point after this, but it says record right now, and so, but it also is blinking record at the top.
oh, do you think you didn't hit
So I
record?
was like thinking I wasn't recording, and then I was like, oh crap, like I am. So
Gary, leave this part in.
like leave it in. Bloopers. Yeah. Anyways, so
Okay. Yeah, so as far as what I think about that, I think that's a great idea. I think that's probably just the way to do it. So yeah, how it would work, like you were saying, the bottom two, we just have to play the bottom two from the other conference if the ACC and Big Ten aren't already matched up, because in that case, it just works out 18 to 18. And then 16 to 16 for Big Ten and Big 12. But I think that'd be a really cool idea, just circulating, every other year or like every year. So I guess every 3 years you're playing all three conferences. Um, as far as when I would want to see that happen, I would want that baked in just to the out of conference schedule because my dream schedule would be, you go play like two cupcakes, you get that third good out of conference game, then you play nine conference games. Um, I know that's not the reality. And then if you don't want to replace one of your two cupcakes, because I know a lot of schools like Clemson, South Carolina, first game of the season, they play against each other. Great for them. You can still go do that. That's totally fine. Um, but then just baking this into like the third or fourth week of the season, I think would be the best place to plug it in because you get early in the season, it all gets out of the way, all happens at once before the conference schedule, before a ton of players are injured. And I also liked your idea of having implications for home field when it comes playoff time, kind of like the MLB used to do. Tell us more about that. Like basically what the MLB used to do and how you kind of relate that into college football.
yeah, so the MLB used with their All-Star game, they would it basically was which league gets home field. And I think they maybe stopped doing it around like 8 years ago ish, be around that time frame. But basically, so like if the SEC won most of the games against the Big 12, or if I don't know, it's especially like against the Big 10 versus like if they're not like together, because you obviously probably care more about SEC or Big 10. But in playoff matchups, whoever has the highest like ranking of wins versus going down, then like that conference gets priority on home field on where their bowl is located when if those two teams match up in the playoffs. So if it was like
Mhm.
Texas Tech and Georgia, Georgia would be like the one, it would be closer to Georgia than Lubbock,
Yeah.
So most
I
of
think
their
that's really
home fans could
cool.
go there.
Yeah, I think that's really cool too because then you have, say, like the Big 12 and the SEC played each other in the like mid-season conference matchups or whatever. You have Georgia fans rooting for Mississippi State to go beat UCF so that later in the playoff, when it comes to playoff time, that they can have a closer playoff game. I think that's just really cool, would be a really cool outcome of it. Is like you're basically you're not like a Georgia fan today. Now today you're an SEC fan. You're just like you want the SEC to run the table, or like you're not a Texas Tech fan. You're a Big 12 fan. You want the Big 12 to run the table because it helps your team. So I think it's kind of cool, just the buy-in that it would have for conferences, especially in a time when conferences mean so little and geographically they mean so little. And as far as teams can't even play all the teams in their conference because conferences are so big. I just think it would add a sense of like group and like a sense of team feeling to a conference that we're seriously lacking in today's landscape of college football.
And I also like the playoff implications that I also explained to you earlier, but that is like in a 12 team model, you'd have to reframe it, but basically the Big 12 and the ACC get like three teams, both of them guaranteed
Mm-hmm.
one, and that last spot is whoever has the better record off of these games. And I think that just would add to it for them.
Yeah.
Like, because then, you get more teams in the playoff that actually deserve it. And so I think this is very like
Instead of JMU and what was it? What was the other team that got
uh
run up and done up this year?
Tulane.
Tulane.
Tulane,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Um
Yeah.
Basically it just I think that this is very like not gonna ever happen because this is putting a lot of things have to go right and for college football to
Mm-hmm.
actually care about what in conferences being like, we agree to this. They don't agree on anything
Yeah.
right now.
Especially, yeah. I mean, with all these teams already canceling their out of conference games because they don't want to play a tough out of conference schedule because the committee doesn't respect it. It's like, and as they should, if the committee is not going to take into account these types of games or whatever, they feel like they're not, then what's the point in playing the games? And it's like, yeah, that's fair. So I don't see it ever being a thing that could happen, but it's nice to dream.
But you would like it if you have that proof that like if you were like 9-3, like a 9 and
Hmm.
3 Texas, right? But you they obviously can't have lost to Florida, but like just because they played Ohio State, and then if there was another 10-2 team like Vanderbilt, they got left out because they had a cupcake schedule. You just want proof that like these teams that play really tough schedules get in over ones that don't.
Hmm.
And that's why Notre Dame got kept out, is because they were just
Yeah.
horrible. Like they lost two
Yeah.
games, their best two games, and their schedule was horrible for them
Yeah. You don't get
in
to do
terms of
that.
that. So I like that like you punish people that try and just ease their way into it. And if you do ease your way into it, then you have to go undefeated. There's no room for error.
Yeah.
But if
100%.
the harder path you choose, the room for error is a lot wider.
Hmm.
Which sounds really dumb because if you were like actually hiking or something, a path where it's easy is probably going to be really wide and you don't have to like worry about falling off the face of a cliff. And the hard one, you're probably on something very thin, like about to fall off. But
But the narrow path
and
is
that's
the
just
way to
what you
heaven.
hope that the playoffs don't do, is act in that way.
Yeah, well, I mean, is it confirmed that we're getting a 16 team, like, or that we're going to be moving to that eventually in 2028?
I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but I know we're sticking with. Also, why are we trying to expand already? We've only had the
Yeah,
12 team for 2 years. Like
because
let's
because
let it
the
breathe.
13 through 16 is crying that they should have been in, but I mean, everyone knows as soon as you expand to 16, then 17 to 20 is going to be crying that they need to be in. So it's a never-ending format, and eventually it's just going to be March Madness, but for college football. Maybe go back to 4 teams. It was perfect.
If an 8-4 team can make the playoffs, I don't want it.
Yeah, we're done.
Because
It's
you have
we've gone
to.
too far.
The thing about where I think the 14 was you have to basically go undefeated in your conference to make the playoffs. And I think that's a
Hmm.
little too unrealistic. But one or two games of we could lose and we'd be fine. I like
Hmm.
that. But
Yeah.
like not it the other way. Not like, oh, we could lose 5 games and we're in contention for the playoffs. Like that's
Well,
ridiculous.
even what we have now, where you can lose a quarter of your games and you're in contention for like Texas was just on the outside looking in. They lost a quarter of their games. It's like to me, that's already we're we have to draw a line. Like if you don't get 10 wins, that's got to be some sort of cutoff. But then again, you have the problem of strength of schedule. So everybody's just going to schedule just enough to get their 10 wins, you know. So I don't know. I don't know what the right way to do it is, but
I also
adding more teams is not the way.
if they want to maybe be able to have more spots for Big 12 or ACC or even the SEC and the Big Ten, then just all these four, the Power Four and Notre Dame, all be like, okay, we're gonna make our own playoffs and separate again from being, FCS and FBS, but now we have
Mhm.
G5 having their own national championship and the Power Four have their own national championship.
Yeah, which me and you know, as Josh Pate subscribers would both be in favor of a group of five champion, or I guess group of six champion, and a power four playoff because it is not secondary. It is not saying you are lower and we are higher, which it is. I mean, that just is the case. But and it's not anything less to be proud of. It's just competing against a different brand. It's as if preschoolers were trying to play against high schoolers. It just it's a different. You're playing a different game. It's a different kind of football. And I don't know how many times we have to send Tulanes and JMU's and Boise States into the college football playoff before we realize these two programs are just playing completely different sports.
And the more
It's just
you expand the playoffs, the more these types of teams get in. And you
mhm.
and you're like, well, they wouldn't have gotten in if it was 16 teams. And it's like, no, you're right. There'd be three of them. There wouldn't be two.
Yeah.
And I actually thought that this year was a really good like balance of your games actually matter. Like just
Hmm.
as an OU fan down the stretch, you're like, okay, we can maybe drop this one, but after that, like we have to win out. Like when
Hmm.
it was like Tennessee, we're like, oh, we're gonna have to go into Neyland and win. And then we're like, oh, we have to go into Tuscaloosa and win. And then we're like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, gotta win against Mizzou and LSU, and our ticket is stamped. And
Yeah.
like that's just I thought that was like so much fun. Feeling the pressure, but feeling like you could still like maybe slip up and still be safe.
Yeah. Well, it felt like for a while that we kind of penciled in the Alabama loss. We're like, okay, we just have to win all of them other than that one. And then when we beat Alabama, it was like, oh wow, like now it's the real deal. Like we're definitely in the playoffs as long as we don't drop another one. And that's kind of what it was. Just like just holding on for dear life as we watched the LSU and Missouri game. It's like don't let it slip, you know.
And those
And
were
We
Sweating
got
it
there.
out.
Yeah.
And I think it honestly just adds to the like you know what I mean? Like it just adds to the drama of college football. And this would certainly add to it.
Hmm.
And maybe do you just want to humor me and we go through and we're gonna, I guess, pick if these two play each other, who you would go with?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want to do two, or do you want to do like the number one from all four? I guess it's not really. I don't know because it would just be Big Ten and SEC. I feel like the whole way. But
Yeah.
you give me whatever you want, and I'll tell you who's gonna win. Is this for
Georgia.
going into next season?
Yeah, we're gonna go
Okay.
SEC and Big Ten right now, just because those are the two top conferences.
Okay. So if these teams played in the 2025, 20 or 2026, 2027 season, who would win the game?
Georgia, Indiana. I think it would be
See, here's the thing.
closer
I think, I mean,
because
obviously last season, Indiana. I just think going into this next season, I really do think Indiana's going to take a little bit of a step back. Not, like they're going to win their 10 games. I do think they're going to take a little bit of a step back, though. I almost want to pick Georgia. But out of respect, I might just pick Indiana
out of
for
respect,
what they
I
did
will
last
pick
season.
Indiana, but and I think Kurt Cignetti is a great coach. Don't get me
Hmm.
wrong, but Kirby Smart is the class of coaches right now.
Yeah.
Since Nick Saban retired, he is the best coach in the league. And maybe even while the last few years of Saban's tenure, he was the best coach.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah. It's a
that
tough call
like
between those two.
honestly, if Georgia's down or anything, I just trust Georgia to win. Like I'm
Hmm.
they had down years and they won the SEC. Like what are
Yeah.
we what are we doing? Like
Because their standard is at least making the national championship game. So anytime they don't do that, it's a down year,
yeah.
even though they won the hardest conference in football.
Alabama, Ohio State. The
Ohio State.
Alabama dropped this series, by the way,
Yeah.
so shame on
Yeah.
them. I
I'll
will
give that to
shame
Ohio
them for
State.
that. Ole Miss, Oregon. I if it was
In the
Ole
next
Miss,
season, especially.
if it with Trinidad Chambliss and Lane Kiffin, I would pick Ole Miss, but
Hmm.
Lane Kiffin isn't
But coming in the
there.
next season with this new Oregon team with Dante Moore returning, I'm definitely picking Oregon there. So, hey,
Yep.
Big Ten's up 3-0 as of right now.
A&M and Michigan. This is where I start to go SEC. Not just because I'm an A&M lover, but just I think I just
That's tough.
don't.
I'm actually gonna go with Michigan here.
I do think Michigan is a bit of a wild card because of Kyle Whittingham. So
Yeah,
I just don't know. Like
that's a tough one. Yeah,
I
the
think this
Georgia
one will
Indiana was
be really
tough, and
close.
that's tough.
Texas USC. I'm gonna go
Oh,
Texas.
it's Texas for sure. Texas is gonna be so good next year.
Oklahoma, Iowa. Basically
All right,
the
come on.
basically the same thing
Yeah,
past
Iowa
year.
actually kind of started to develop an offense, but yeah, we were drawing Iowa uh, comparisons last year. Yeah, I'd take OU there. So Big Ten still up 4-2 in my book.
Vandy, Illinois.
Oh, Vandy for sure. Well, okay, there's gonna coming into next year without Diego Pavia. That's close. I'm gonna give it to Vandy since I gave my other two toss ups to the Big Ten. I'm gonna give that one to Vandy.
Missouri, Minnesota. I'm taking Missouri.
Missouri for sure. Minnesota's
Minnesota will
not
lose
in
a
the
weird
same.
one too.
They're not in the same class of football there.
Tennessee,
4-4.
Washington.
Oh man, this one comes down to I just trust Josh Heupel to put together a good team.
I
Four
don't know.
five,
This one
close
I
though.
might lean Washington.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that
If
at all.
it,
But
it depends on where it is.
mhm.
Because that's you're traveling across the whole country.
I'll give that to the home team in that scenario.
Yeah. LSU, Nebraska. I'm taking LSU.
LSU, yeah, especially
Can
without Dylan Raiola.
Kentucky Northwestern. I, I'm
I'm
taking
taking
Kentucky.
Northwestern.
I'm taking Kentucky. I think Will Stein, he's an Oregon like all Dan Lanning's coaching tree is insane right now. Will
Yeah, no, Kentucky should
Stein
be good next year, but I don't. Man, Northwestern was
and
really
they
impressive
got
with
Kenny
last year.
Minchie, dude. Like I don't know. I'm
I don't hate it
Florida Penn State. This one will be good.
because both these teams should be significantly better next year than they were this year.
And is the perennial Penn State hater going to pick Penn State?
Oh, I'm gonna pick Penn State. I'm gonna pick
I
Penn
I
State.
think that one's also probably who's home.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, make that your whiteout game.
For real. Auburn, UCLA. I'd take Auburn. Last year
Um,
I'd take UCLA. This year I'd take Auburn.
Coming into next year, yeah, I would take Auburn.
Mississippi State and Rutgers.
I'd take Mississippi State.
South Carolina and Wisconsin.
Yeah, now it's getting out of hand. I would take South Carolina.
And then Arkansas, Maryland. We already discussed this earlier.
Yeah, I would take Arkansas.
So like I like
And it started off so close. Well, it started off with a Big Ten lead. I had them up 4-0. And then by the time we got to, what was it, maybe Kentucky, I had them at
mhm.
6-6. And then it ended 6-10. I just think the bottom of
So
the Big Ten is so bad.
that's what I think I was
So,
saying is like just the top of the Big Ten is so much higher, but the
mhm,
talent pool within the SEC is so much condensed that like the 16 could go up high on the Big Ten list and be like
mhm.
be a third of the conference over, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's about how I thought it would shake out. I gave the Big Ten 6 games, SEC 10 games. And yeah, that's pretty indicative. And if you added an Arkansas caliber team to the final two of, what was it, Michigan State and Purdue, they would beat them as well. So it'd be 6-12.
Now it's funny because we used to say that Georgia was like the top of the SEC and then it was everyone else.
Hmm.
But now, if you look at the Big 12, it's the Big 12 kind of changed their logo to the SEC. And
Yeah,
the SEC changed it to the Big 12,
because
where
now the Big
you can
12 is like
convince
Texas
yourself.
Tech, about 8 other teams that could finish second, and then like a couple teams that are bad. But like
Yeah. So, like, could you talk yourself into next year, Georgia winning it?
Georgia winning the SEC,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
Alabama,
100%. Yeah, they could definitely win the
Ole
SEC.
Miss,
Mm, I don't know. I need to see a little bit before I could say that.
A&M,
I could see that. Yeah.
Texas,
Yep, 100% could definitely see that.
Oklahoma.
Man, it'd be tough with our schedule. We have to play Georgia and Texas and Michigan. I guess Michigan wouldn't contribute to the conference. Um, Man, with our talent pool, I would say yes, I could see it. I could see it happen.
Vanderbilt.
No, I think that's probably where
The
it's
line
probably
is
going to end.
okay. What about Tennessee? Probably not next year. LSU?
Oh,
I could see
maybe.
LSU. I could see
Yeah.
Florida, depending on how good Alex Golesh and his squad are. I
Yeah,
could
I
see
couldn't see Florida
Auburn.
doing it next. I would stop it at 6 personally. But 6 is a lot to go into a season and be like, 6 teams could definitely win it. And there's like 2 or 3 other teams that like could. I need to see a little bit before I would make that statement. But like 6 teams before the season started, I'm like, yeah, they could definitely win the SEC. That's crazy. When it used to
And
just be, oh, it's going to be Georgia or Alabama.
yeah. And I guess let's just, for the sake of it, we'll do SEC and Big 12.
Hmm.
Georgia and Texas Tech.
I mean, Georgia. Yeah,
I'm
gotta
taking
go.
Georgia. Alabama and BYU.
Oh, okay. Actually, last season that would have been a good game. This season, coming into this, man, BYU's been good. They have they
They've
have
been
been really
sneaky
good.
good.
I'm gonna take Alabama, but the next swing one I'll give to the Big 12 since I'm taking Alabama there.
Ole Miss, Utah.
Oh
Utah
wow.
Kyle Whittingham, so it's a new regime.
You know what? I'll give it to Utah just because I think the wheels are really about to fall off here if I don't give them one.
A&M Houston,
A&M.
Texas Arizona,
Oh my gosh, Texas.
Oklahoma Arizona State,
Oklahoma, what are we doing?
Vandy Iowa State.
Okay, could be
But they lost
close.
Matt Campbell and most of their starters.
Yeah, they did actually. 6-1. I'll take Vandy.
Missouri Kansas State.
Oh, I hate both of those teams. You know what? I'll just give it to the Big 12. I'll give it to Kansas State just because it's so they can have one.
I can't because they beat us like they beat us the last time we played them and could never beat them.
I hate Kansas
Ugh.
State. Those stupid purple teams.
Tennessee, TCU, probably Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah.
LSU, Cincinnati, LSU by a
Feels bad to have
mile.
LSU this low. Yeah.
It's so weird. Kentucky, Baylor. I'd probably get.
I
I'd
would
take
I
Baylor.
would take Baylor.
Florida, Kansas. I'd take Florida.
Florida.
Auburn, UCF.
Jeez. Auburn.
Mississippi State, West Virginia. I'd probably honestly take West Virginia.
That's close. I'll give it to West Virginia again just because I mean, they can't even win at this point. But
Because it
folks at
keeps
home have
cutting
no
out.
idea the
You know,
internet
the
issue is
internet's
what's going
just
on right now.
being goofy.
Did you pay your rent this month, Cody?
I did. I did.
So we were at South Carolina, Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah, I'm taking South Carolina. I don't know if that's already in the video 3 times or if this is the first time you guys are hearing it from me, but it's the third time I've said it. So South Carolina.
I don't. Beamer ball. I don't know. I don't know their sayings. Arkansas or Oklahoma State. I feel like this one might be close, to be honest.
They played, what was it, 2 years ago?
Yes.
When Oklahoma State was better. Okay, but going in next season, Oklahoma State's actually going to be better. So I'll actually give that one Oklahoma
And
State.
didn't OSU win that one?
I
Yeah,
can't remember.
because they only won their non-cons. They lost every conference game,
Yes. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did beat Arkansas.
which
Yeah,
is
I remember
funny.
watching the finish of that game in the parking lot of a Chick-fil-A.
Very, very crazy details to add to that.
Yeah.
Um,
Inside of that Chick-fil-A is not, I don't think at the time, maybe actually at the time, but currently my girlfriend, Emily Martin, shout out to her. She's great. I love her. She was in that Chick-fil-A.
I don't currently right now lives in the
Currently right now,
walls.
coming close, coming close on a year and 6 months. Um,
uh,
at the
anyways,
time, yeah, I don't know.
and let's
There's a
honestly,
spider on my
since we
wall.
did SEC Big 12, you want to do Big 10 ACC?
It's going to be a slaughter, but we can go for it if you want.
Okay. Indiana, Notre Dame.
Indiana.
It was their only fighting chance.
Oh, they can take the next one. Hold
Ohio
on, the next
State.
game actually happened last year. Did Miami and Ohio State not play in the playoff?
Wait, what?
Did Miami and Ohio State play in the playoff?
Yeah, but this is off of how they finished in the conference.
Oh, so it's not Miami. Okay,
So it's not Miami.
sorry. What's the
Oh,
next matchup?
Ohio State Duke.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Give me
I'll
them
take Ohio
Buckeyes.
State. Now, hey, hold on. Shout out to Duke Blue Devils basketball team. They're going all the way this year. I picked them for the last 10 years now. Haven't won yet, but we're gonna do it.
Hopefully. Um, so you're taking Ohio State though.
And a close one, yeah. I'll take Ohio State in a close one.
Close meaning four scores.
Close in the first like 2 minutes of the game should be pretty close.
Duke has a fighting chance in the
Yeah.
first 2 minutes.
If we're
After
going
that,
first 2 minute score, man, I don't know.
uh, Oregon, Virginia,
Gosh, this is bad. Oregon.
Michigan, Miami,
Okay, I'll give Miami that one, 100%.
Pitt, USC, which I'm pretty sure they played last year. I don't know.
USC.
Yeah. Unless USC had to go all the way to Pittsburgh. I don't,
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't trust USC. We've too many years now. We thought they were going to be good, and they haven't been.
including this year. SMU, Iowa.
Ooh, actually tough.
I think I'd take SMU.
I like both those teams. Give me SMU.
Georgia Tech, Illinois. I would take Georgia Tech.
I'm taking Georgia. Hold on, Cody. It's 4-3 now.
You're taking the ACC again on this one. I'm telling you that right now.
Let's hear it.
Minnesota, Cal.
I'm taking Cal. 4-4. Wow, who thought we'd be here?
Washington, Clemson.
Oh
I'm
dear.
taking Washington.
Yeah.
Nebraska, NC State. I don't know. I'd probably take NC State.
Actually close. Wow, this is actually close. Hold on. I'll give it to the ACC just to see what happens here. 5-5 right now.
Louisville, Northwestern.
I'm
I don't.
taking Louisville. Hold on. Hold on. ACC is up right
You're
now.
taking the Big Ten on this one.
Let's hear it.
Penn State, Wake Forest.
Yeah, Penn State not even close. 6-6.
You see, this one's actually a former Pac-12 matchup.
Matchup? Oh, uh-oh.
UCLA, Stanford.
Oh, Stanford's so bad. Give me UCLA.
They finished 12th in the ACC, but they're so
That's
bad.
crazy. I feel like Stanford's the worst team in college football.
Rutgers, Florida State.
Oh, I forgot about Florida State. Okay, for next year, oh, I mean, again, I think Mike Norvell will be fired by week 5, so give me Rutgers. I can definitely see someone taking Florida State there, though.
Wisconsin, North Carolina. I'm taking Wisconsin.
Yeah, probably.
Maryland, Virginia Tech. I'm taking Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech. Yeah, definitely taking Virginia Tech there.
Now we get into the real. This is where this trash bowl happens, like I
The
talked
toilet
about.
bowl.
Michigan State, Boston College,
I mean, who cares, first of all? Give me Boston College just to make it close.
and Purdue and Syracuse. They were both so bad last
I
year.
would actually take Syracuse, so I would have it at 9-9. Realistically, the Big Ten would probably maybe win two more of those matchups or so. Because I was giving the benefit out to the ACC because I didn't think it'd be close. But yeah, it turns out I would have the conferences going 9-9. I don't know what you do the tiebreaker on point differential or what, but
That is
closer than we
crazy.
thought. Closer than I thought it would be for sure.
That is
Even
crazy.
if it's still Big Ten, it's still closer than I thought it would be. I thought the ACC sucked.
I think that's just proves how mid the Big Ten is.
Yeah, and I think the ACC actually got some favorable matchups with like Miami being low. I think Louisville was pretty low for how good they can be.
Yeah, I mean, if you put where they finished, because Miami was in the playoffs,
Yeah,
and obviously I put Notre Dame at the top because where do you put the independent team
right.
in it? So I just put them at the top. They could have
But
been
either
podium.
way, yeah.
Like it could have just been Duke because they won the conference, and then they would. still gotten smoked by Indiana. I don't think any team in the ACC would.
Yeah, I'm taking Indiana, Ohio State, and Oregon all over Notre Dame. So if you would have had them even second or third, I'd still would have had them lose.
I honestly, I really want to see this. I don't think we ever will, but I really want to see this.
It'd be cool though.
I
It would be sick.
A guy can dream.
Yeah,
I was gonna say a girl can dream, but that's just weird. No, no, no. Not saying that.
maybe we test it out with a group of six, see how it goes there, and then move it
That's
on up.
honestly not a bad idea. Anyways, Bryson, you didn't mess it up last time, so let's see if you can make it 2 for 2 since coming
Okay.
back. What does that red button do?
You know what? Just to show the fans at home, I'm gonna go ahead and click it for them. The red button.
Oh, he actually did that. That's so funny. The red button hit subscribe, and you can do that to the channel. And yeah, hope sure you like and share this video. Watch on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I still can't believe he just left like that, but whatever. Hope you all enjoyed this video and see y'all next time. God bless.